everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to continue with our topic determiners. Now, this is part 10 of this session. So, let's begin with this session. In this session, what we are going to discuss, let us have a view over the contents. So, in this session, we will discuss the following topics. First of all, we'll discuss the uses of lots of, a lot of, and plenty of. So we are going to discuss these three determiners in this session. We'll discuss the use and meaning of these determiners. After that, we'll discuss the use of a great deal of. This is again a determiner which we are going to discuss in this session. And the most important is the uses of enough. Well, enough is really a very important determiner and it is widely used. So we are going to discuss in this session this word enough as well. So let's begin this session. Well, first of all, we'll discuss the determiners lots of, a lot of, plenty of. Now, if I use the word lots of, a lot of, it means I'm talking about something which is very much in quantity. Okay, so I'm talking about that. After that, whether we are talking about the lots of, a lot of, plenty of, they both refer to something which is in large quantity or amount. Okay, so lots of, a lot of, and plenty of differ slightly in usage from much and many. Okay, so they can be used like much and many, but they are slightly different from them. How? Let us discuss them. So first of all, let us have a look at the meaning of lots of, a lot of, and plenty of. Usage with nouns. These phrases can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. So as we did in much and many, we used both the words, one in the countable whereas other for the uncountable noun. Whereas if we talk about these three determiners, that is lot of, a lot of, plenty of, the same determiner can be used in both the manners with countable noun as well as uncountable noun. With both in both the manners with countable noun and uncountable noun. It means if we have a phrase lots of, it can be used with countable as well as uncountable. A lot of, it can also be used with countable as well as uncountable noun, and plenty of can also precede countable or uncountable nouns. When used with countable nouns, they are in plural form always. Okay, as we use the words some and all. When used with uncountable nouns, the noun remains in its singular form because uncountable nouns are always considered singular. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now let us see the word plenty of. So this is the phrase determiner, plenty of. So first of all, we are going to elaborate this. So the meaning of this phrase is they all suggest a large quantity or amount of something. Well, if we talk about a plenty of, a lot of, lots of, all these three determiners, they suggest a large quantity or amount of something. So that you can say likewise this phrase or this determiner plenty of also shows the same thing, that is it suggests a large quantity or amount of something. Plenty of often conveys the idea of more than enough. So when something is large in quantity, we can say that it is actually more than enough. Enough means sufficient, and if we have in surplus, it means more than sufficient. It is quite large in amount. That means plenty of. It means the plethora of something. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. We'll discuss some more about plenty of. So here we have some examples with uncountable noun, singular, because uncountable noun is always considered singular. There is plenty of water in the tank. Okay, so there is plenty of water. Water is uncountable noun before which we have used the word plenty of. For countable nouns, because countable nouns are always considered plural. With countable nouns, where we consider them plural, I have lots of friends. Okay, so this is the structure because countable nouns are always considered can be classified into singular or plural. But here with plenty of, obviously we are talking about more than one. That is why we are saying that with countable nouns, they can be used with only plural countable nouns. Okay. It cannot be used before the singular countable noun. If there is a countable noun, it should be plural in form only. Now, as you heard about the word much or many, we have already discussed these two words in our earlier sessions. Much is basically used with uncountable noun, whereas many is used with countable plural nouns. Much with uncountable noun, she doesn't have much patience. So patience is uncountable, where we have used the word much. Many or countable noun, he has many books. So books are countable, before which we have used the word many. With of, many of the books were missing. So we can use in this style as well. Now, quite a bit. We can also use a phrase quite a bit. Quite a bit. Bit refers to when something is uncountable, and you can have a bit of something. It means a part of something. Okay, bit refers to the part or the smallest of the part. All these expressions, quite a bit, quite a few, and quite a lot, are similar to a lot of in that they express quantity, but they can sometimes imply slightly lesser amount compared to a lot of. A lot of means much or much of something, or the large quantity of something, whereas quite a bit means sufficient or it is enough. Okay, so quite a bit is basically used to show the sufficiency of something. This phrase is typically used with uncountable nouns, meaning it indicates substantial amount of something. It means that is enough or more than enough amount of something. Example, she has read quite a bit about ancient civilizations. Okay, it means a large amount or that is enough or which is according to the requirement. Here quite a bit refers to a large amount of reading or information. It means she has she has much information about something. That is quite a bit. If we say that she has quite a bit information about the ancient civilization, it means she has enough sufficient she has enough information about the ancient civilization. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Quite a few. Now, because whenever we use the word few is used before the numbers. It means quite a few is preceded by the countable nouns. Okay, because few is used just before the countable noun. Usage. This phrase is used with countable nouns, meaning it signifies a significant number, but not an extremely large number. Example, there were quite a few people at the concert. In this case, quite a few suggests a large noticeable number of people, but not an overwhelming crowd. Okay, so there were quite a few people at the concert. It means you can say large, but which you can say that which is large number. You can say something which is large in number, but they are according to the capacity of the ground or the place. Okay, but not an overwhelming. It means it was not extremely. It was not extreme, or you can say more than the requirement. Okay, suppose there are 10,000 of people. Obviously, that is a large amount of people. Oh, sorry, large number of people are there. But the capacity of the place where those 10,000 people were available, it was according to the requirement. It was according to the capacity of the people. It means the ground is too much large that it can contain 10,000 people. Okay, so according to the place, those 10,000 are enough. Okay, or are not large. For example, if there is a capacity of 50 people in a bus. Okay, now if I say that there are 50 people in bus, okay, they can be adjusted easily, though the bus is full, but we have the capacity of 50 people. But if there is a 50 people capacity, but we have 100 people in the bus, that means it will be more than enough. Okay, and quite a few refers to when 50 out of 50 is there. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Quite a lot. It means when something is very large amount, can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns, meaning similar to a lot of. It indicates a large amount or number. Example with uncountable nouns, he has done quite a lot of research on this topic. Quite a lot of research, it means which is very large in quantity or amount. With example with countable nouns, she owns quite a lot of books on gardening. It means she has many books on gardening. Okay, many books on gardening, which are more than enough. Okay, Now let us move to the next one. A lot. Now we'll discuss the determiner a lot. When a lot or a great deal are used without of, they function as adverbs, modifying a verb to indicate a large degree or extent of the action. As an adverb, we talk about a phrase a lot as an adverb. When a lot is used as an adverb, it means to a large extent or frequently. She travels a lot for work. Okay, here a lot modifies the verb, that is travels, and indicates frequent travel. Okay, he reads a lot. In this case, a lot modifies the verb reads, suggesting that he reads frequently or to a great extent. Okay, now let us move to the next one. A great deal. As an adverb, a great deal used as an adverb can mean much or to a large extent. Examples: she cares a great deal about her community. Here, a great deal modifies the verb cares and indicates a high level of care or concern. The project benefited a great deal from her expertise. In this example, a great deal modifies the verb benefited, suggesting significant benefit. So here, a great deal and a lot of, or a lot, a lot or a great deal of, the determiners a lot or a great deal, when we have used both these determiners without the preposition of, they are not showing the quantity or amount of something. They are used as the determiner just to qualify. These are used not as determiners but as an adverb, because they have qualified the verb, or they have behaved like the adverbs, which can qualify a verb, an adjective, or itself. Okay, so here you can see that here a great deal is qualifying the word cares. Cares is a verb, and the project benefited a great deal. So a great deal is qualifying the word benefit, which is actually a verb, not the um, not the noun. Now let us move to the next one. A lot or lots of. So what is the difference between the two? When a lot or lots are used without of. Now here again, we are going to use these two determiners or phrases without the preposition of. They can be combined with comparatives or other adverbs to intensify or modify the meaning. However, it is important to note that very is not typically used before comparatives, but a lot, lots, far, much, rather, a little, and even can be. It means very. After very, we cannot use comparative degree of adjective. However, if we talk about a lot, lots, far, much, rather, a little, even after these words, we can use the comparative degree of adjective. Whereas in case of very, after very, we can only use positive degree of adjective. With comparatives, a lot and lots, she's a lot happier now. So happier is comparative degree, and we have used a lot before it. This book is lots more interesting than the other one. So we have used the word lots more before the comparative degree. More interesting is a comparative degree, before which we have used the phrase lots. Okay, or the word lots. With other adverbs, he runs a lot faster than his brother. Okay, so faster is an adverb, and we have used a lot with it. They worked lots harder on this project. Adverb harder and adverb faster. Now let us move to the next one. Now we'll discuss the determiners far and much. These words are often used with comparatives to intensify the comparison. Okay, so we use these two words before the comparative degree of adjectives. For example, this version is far better than the previous one. So far better, better is the comparative degree of adjective, before which we have used the word far, and far over here is used as an adverb. Why so? Because adverb can qualify the adjective. He is much more experienced in this field. So much more experienced. More experienced is an adjective. Experienced is an adjective. More is an adverb. And much is also an adverb over here. And the comparative degree is more experienced. Okay. Now the next determiners rather, a little, or even. So we'll discuss the uses or meaning of rather, a little, or even now. These are used to provide a nuance to the comparison. Okay, it means a slight or subtle difference. Rather, the test was rather easier than I expected. Now, rather word shows the nuance. It means a slight difference. For example, my expectations for the test that the exam or the test will be harder, but it was rather easier. So when we say in fact, this is actually can be the synonym of the word rather, which states that it was against our expectations. Okay, so the test was rather easier than I expected. Okay, her response was a little more complicated than necessary. Okay, a little more, a little means some. Okay, a little means some. When we talk about uncountable nouns, we use the phrase a little, and a little is used to show some. Okay, comparative means more. Comparative over here is more complicated. Now let us move to the next one. For example, we also say a little earlier. Okay, now even he's even smarter than his sister. So even emphasizes that he's even smarter than his sister, comparative smarter. Each of these combinations serves to modify the degree of comparison, either intensifying it as with a lot, lots, far, much, and even, or moderating as with rather and a little. As for very, it is generally not used with the comparatives. It is more commonly paired with adjectives or adverbs in their positive form, like very happy or very quickly. Now let us move to the next one. Enough. Now this is a very important determiner that we are going to discuss now. That is the word enough. Concept number 20, enough. Now what is the meaning of enough? We are going to discuss over here. First of all, the word enough means when something is more than enough. Okay, when something is more than the requirement or more than sufficient, that is enough. Okay, now we'll discuss the word enough. This is concept number 20, enough. Enough is a very important word. First of all, let me tell you that enough can be used both as an adjective and adverb. This is the speciality of this word enough. The meaning of enough is sufficient. It means the up to that which we require. Okay, or up to the requirement. Okay, or according to the requirement. It means when something is sufficient, adequate, it is according to our requirement or according to the need. That means it is enough. Okay, enough as a determiner conveys the meaning of sufficient or as much or as many as required. Okay, so this is actually the meaning of the word enough. Okay, uh, enough plus now. Now, as I told you, that enough can be used both as an adjective and adverb. So, if I write enough plus now, it this in this structure, enough directly modifies a noun, indicating that there is sufficient amount or number of whatever the noun represents. Okay, because it can be used before countable as well as uncountable nouns. So whatever is there, whatever about the noun it represents, it tells us or it describes or it you can say it qualifies or modifies noun in both the manner whether the noun is countable or uncountable. For example, we have enough food for the party. Now here enough modifies the word food, indicating sufficient amount. Do they have enough chairs for everyone? It means are the chairs sufficient? Are the number of chairs sufficient for all the people? So do they have enough chairs? So chairs are countable nouns before which we have used the word enough. Okay, and as we have used them before now, this word is behaving like an adjective, thus determiner. Okay, so enough modifies chairs, indicating a sufficient number. Now, enough plus adjective plus noun. Now, if we have this type of a structure that first we have enough, then adjective, then noun, how is it possible? In this construction, enough modifies an adjective, which in turn, now it is actually qualifying the word adjective, and adjective in turn describes a noun. Now, if you see this structure, if enough is describing the word adjective, of course, enough will be an adverb. Why so? Because only an adverb can qualify adjective, and this adjective qualifies noun in turn. Okay. This structure emphasizes that the noun has the sufficient degree or the quality described by the adjective. She did not have enough time to finish the test. So she did not have enough time. So enough after that time to finish the test. In this case, enough modifies the adjective time, which describes the word test. Okay. They don't have enough experienced staff for the project. So enough experienced is staff. So staff is noun, experience is adjective, and enough is an adverb over here. Enough modifies the adjective experienced, which describes the word staff. Now let us move to the next one. In both cases, the use of enough relates to sufficiency. Actually, the word enough can be used before countable as well as uncountable noun. It can behave like an adjective and an adverb. But the most important function of, or the basic criteria of the word enough is that it relates to sufficiency. It means whatever we are talking about, that amount is sufficient or adequate. Okay, whether it is about the quantity of things, enough plus noun, or the extent of certain quality or attribute, that is enough plus adjective plus noun. Now let us move to the next one. The determiner enough can be used with both countable. Now, this is the second point about enough. Enough can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. It is versatile and adapts to the context. So it is versatile. It means it has various uses or example or the meanings. The context, whether referring to sufficient quantity of something with countable nouns or sufficient amount with uncountable nouns. With countable nouns, when used with countable nouns, enough refers to a sufficient number or items of items or entities. Example, do we have enough chairs for all the guests? Here, chairs is a countable noun and enough indicates a sufficient number of chairs. With uncountable nouns, when used with uncountable nouns, enough indicates a sufficient amount of something that cannot be counted individually. Example, there is enough water for everyone to drink. Now here you can see the word water, which is uncountable noun, and before that we have used the word enough. Okay, in this case, water is an uncountable noun and enough refers to a sufficient amount of water. Thus, if you talk about water, water is a noun, and before that we have used the word enough. That is why this enough is an adjective which is qualifying the uncountable noun. In both cases, the primary function of enough is to express sufficiency, ensuring that the quantity or amount is adequate for a particular need or purpose. Now let us move to the next one. Enough can be used in a slightly more complex structure that involves a verb. This structure can be formulated as enough plus noun plus to plus infinitive, where the to infinitive is often expressed as verb 1, the base form of a verb. This construction suggests that there is a sufficient amount of number of something for a particular action to be possible. Enough plus noun plus to plus infinitive. Example, now infinitive we always use where we need a structure that when we do something to do something. That structure implies that the sentence should be in infinitive form. Okay, we have enough chairs to accommodate all guests. So if you see the sentence very carefully, we have enough chairs to accommodate all the guests. So to accommodate is the infinitive, whereas chairs is the noun and enough is an adjective. Here, enough chairs indicates a sufficient number of chairs for the action of accommodating guests. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Example with uncountable noun. There was enough time to complete the exam. In this case, enough time suggests a sufficient amount of time for the action of completing the exam. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Enough plus for noun or adjective noun plus to infinitive. This structure specifies who or what is able to perform the action, or who or what is able to perform the action, or under what condition the action becomes feasible. Okay, so if I use enough plus for noun or adjective noun plus to infinitive, this can be used to show the purpose for which the thing has been done. For example with for noun, we have enough food for everyone to eat. Now, if you see this one, we have enough food. So enough food. Food is noun. Enough is used as an adjective over here. For everyone, so we have used the word phrase for, and then everyone to eat. To eat is an infinitive. This indicates there is a sufficient amount of food for the purpose of everyone being able to eat. Okay, so to plus verb first form, they show the infinitive, which shows the purpose or purpose of doing something behind. Okay, or the purpose behind doing something. Now, example with adjective plus noun, there is enough spare fabric to make another dress. Okay, this implies that there is a sufficient amount of spare fabric for the action of making another dress. Now, let us move to the next one. Enough can indeed function as a pronoun, especially when it is used as a conjunction of. Now, whenever we use enough of, we basically use enough as a pronoun. Enough of, after enough, we have a preposition of, and after that, we have the determiner. Okay, and after that, we have noun. Now, in this structure, enough of is followed by a determiner like the, my, this, etc., and a noun. It indicates sufficient amount of a specific, often quantifiable item or group. He didn't eat enough of the cake. So here enough of is referring to sufficient portion of a specific item, which is the cake. Okay. So here you are not asking the number of cakes, but you are asking some part of cake. Okay. So if we are talking about some portion of the cake, it means we are talking about the uncountable noun. Now let us move to the next one. Enough plus pronoun. Now, if we have the structure of enough plus pronoun, how is it possible? Enough can also be followed directly by a pronoun. How? This structure is more general and is often used when the noun being referred to is understood from the context. For example, I can say, I have made sandwiches. Do you think this is enough? Okay, so I'm here asking you that this is enough or is this enough? Okay, in this sentence, enough stands in place of a noun implying enough sandwiches based on the context. It means it is not enough plus pronoun. It is actually in the place of noun. Okay, so it can be used as a pronoun. Okay, you can say enough as a pronoun. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Absolutely, enough can indeed function as a pronoun. Okay, so it can function as a pronoun, especially when it is used in conjunction with of. Okay, so we should use a preposition, not conjunction, but preposition of. Okay, in this usage, it still conveys the meaning of sufficiency or adequacy. The structures you mentioned are correct. Enough plus of plus determiner plus noun. In this structure, enough of is followed by a determiner like the, my, this, etc. and a noun. It indicates a sufficient amount of a specific, often quantifiable item or group. He didn't eat enough of the cake. Here, enough of is referring to a sufficient portion of a specific item, which is the cake. Okay, so we can say enough of the cake. Now, enough can indeed be used idiomatically to express disagreement, frustration, or a desire to end a particular action or behavior. In these contexts, enough is more often accompanied by the exclamation or emphasis, conveying a strong sentiment that something should stop or that a limit has been reached. For example, if we say enough, okay, it is like we are showing our emotion that if we have been frustrated about something because something happens which is too much now, so we can say enough, there is enough for now. Okay, used as an exclamation in the manner we say enough. Okay, enough can serve as a stern command to stop an action. For example, if someone is making too much noise, saying enough indicates demand for the noise to stop. Now let us move to the next one. That's enough. In this phrase, enough is used to signal that a limit has been reached and the current action should cease. Okay. For example, if we are making if we are just writing something, okay, and I say that is stop, that's enough. It means it is sufficient. We do not require beyond this. Okay, so we can say that's enough. It means it is now the limit has been set that we should not go beyond that. Okay, for instance, that's enough arguing for today. Suggest an end to a dispute or disagreement. Okay, enough is enough. Now, this phrase is used when someone is angry and he does not want to argue more than that. Or enough is enough. It means when the limit of tolerance is you can say has reached to its end. This phrase is often used to express a sense of frustration or exhaustion with a situation, indicating that the speaker can no longer tolerate it. So to show the tolerance level, we use this phrase that is enough is enough. Okay. It is commonly employed when a situation has become intolerable and has persisted for too long. Now, enough, I had enough, I have had enough. This expression conveys that the speaker has reached their limit of tolerance or patience regarding a situation or behavior. It means some action is going on which the speaker does not like, but he's ignoring it continuously. He has been ignoring it continuously for some time, but now he has reached the extreme or the saturation point. That is why he's saying, I have had enough. It often indicates that the speaker is ready to take action or make a change to address the situation, because now it is beyond the limit of his patience. Okay, he cannot tolerate anymore. Now, enough, the seventh use of it, when used as an adverb. Now, here we'll discuss enough as an adverb. First, we have discussed the word enough as an adjective when it qualified a noun. But here we'll discuss enough as an adverb where it will qualify a verb, an adjective, or the other adverbs. Because the function of adverb is to qualify the verb, an adjective, or the other adverbs. Okay, so in the case of enough as well, enough can be used in both the manners. Either it can be an adjective or an adverb. If it is an adjective, it will qualify a noun and used before it. The most important point about enough as an adjective is that if enough is used as an adjective, it qualifies a noun, but it should be placed before the noun only. For example, I can say, I have enough money. So money is uncountable noun before which I have used the word enough, but I have used enough before the word money. Money is a noun and enough is an adjective. Okay, so I can say I have enough money. Do they have enough chairs? So chairs is noun and enough is an adjective, and we have used adjective before the noun. It means if enough is an adjective or if it behaves like an adjective, it should be placed before the noun. But if it is used as an adverb, it modifies an adjective, a verb, or another adverb. Okay, and it is characteristically placed after the verb. Now, this thing is very, very important in this, that if it is behaving like an adverb, it is characteristically placed after the verb, adjective, or adverb. Okay, because it qualifies a verb, adjective, or adverb. Okay, modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Okay, this usage is distinct from its function as a determiner or pronoun, where it indicates sufficiency in quantity. As an adverb, enough typically conveys adequacy in degree or extent. Enough is an adverb modifying an adjective. Now look at the sentence, the example. She's tall enough to reach the top shelf. Now here, tall is an adjective, enough is an adverb, and it is used after the word it is qualifying. It means enough here is qualifying the word tall and is used after the word. When we say enough money, there enough is qualifying the word money but used before it. But when it is used as an adverb, it is used after the word it qualifies. Okay, so in this sentence, it is qualifying the word tall, so it has been used after the word tall. Okay, in the sentence, enough modifies the adjective tall, indicating that her height is adequate for the purpose of reaching the top shelf. Okay, So this is very, very important structure of the word enough. If enough is used as an adjective, it will qualify a noun and will be used before it. But if it is used as an adverb, it will qualify the verb, adjective or adverb and will be used after it or placed after it. Enough is adverb modifying another adverb. He did not run quickly enough to catch the bus. Now here in the sentence, run is verb and verb is modified by the word adverb. So quickly is adverb. Okay, the manner of doing the action, and enough is qualifying the word quickly. So this is again the adverb and is used after the word it has qualified. Now enough here qualifies the word quickly and it is used after this word. So here enough modifies the adverb quickly, suggesting that the speed of running was not adequate to achieve the goal of the catching bus. Now that's all for the word enough. That's enough for the word enough. I hope this much is clear to all of you, especially the rule related to adverb enough or the adjective enough. And this is very, very important and it frequently and is frequently asked in the examinations. Okay, so I hope that's all for today. And in the next session, we'll continue with the same chapter. And if you want to learn more determiners, be connected with me or stay connected with me. Till then, thanks to you.